Well, hello everybody. It's been a while since I have done a garden video. I think it was back in June or maybe July. So now that hopefully summer is over, I'm going to give you an update, show you some things about my gardening hobby. So going over to here, actually just finished today getting a lot of the old garden waste out, and there is tons of compost at work. And then over here, you can see, if you remember from previous videos, all those tomato plants I wasn't sure were going to make it have done very well. They've trellised, lots of tomatoes still on there. And then down there you can see that pepper plant I thought was going to die has some peppers on it. And down here, this other pepper plant has still not completely died, even though it was here all year. This was a whole cantaloupe section that spread everywhere, and I had quite a few cantaloupes on it, but only got one. They kept getting, something got into them, either a wild animal, there's those peppers, or they were bursting open because they were on too long, something. I ended up only harvesting one of those. I had a watermelon plant up here, and I had it trellised along the fence, but it died out quite a while ago. That one did not succeed, but my other watermelon I'll show you did pretty well. The caladium did well this summer, but it's starting to die now in the cooler weather. Spearmint has grown quite a bit. That said, when I got it, that it was a type of kale, but it looks like parsley. It's done pretty well. It's gotten about 2-3 times that size. I've cut it back several times. And then there's flowers that are dying. The sage has about doubled, I believe, but it keeps getting some type of black fungus on it, so I hadn't really used that plant. Then over here is a tomato plant that came up volunteer, a couple of them. There was another one down that way. And they've produced these nice little cherry tomatoes. And then peppermint has done pretty well right there. Over this way is where all the sunflowers had been, and I cut all those back a while ago. And then now I'm planting some things. I had carrots in here too that I've harvested, and now I'm trying to plant some greens to possibly come up this fall for the cooler season. Now I have some of these that have been in the ground almost a month, but I'm not so sure how well they're going to do. There's some radish, and there's some beet, and some lettuce, and you can kind of see some of those. They've been in the ground quite a while, some Swiss chard, but I'm not sure they're going to come up with everything that's been going on. Up here, you'll see the lemon plant. It's probably about doubled, I would argue. It's done really well. And then over here, there is the fig tree, and it's done pretty good too, getting more sun up here on the porch. I had the cucumber plant, I think it was in a previous video, that spread all along here and came up over the side, and I'll show you where that was. It produced a ton of cucumbers, but it finally started to die out, and I got that plant taken down today. The rose bush has done very well. That came from just a bulb from Aldi this year, and planted that, watered a little bit this spring, but that was about it. I've deadheaded it several times, and it's done really, really well. Attracted lots of insects to pollinate the garden. Over here, you will see a cucumber plant. This one came up volunteer where the other one died, and it has several cucumbers still on it. So I'm going to leave that and see what it does. And then here is the watermelon plant. I've already harvested one from this so far. It really took off here in August and spread out everywhere, and you'll see, watermelons kind of all over. This one is the oldest, and no, it's not quite ready yet. It's still got a little bit of that buttercream look on the bottom. That needs to basically be gone for it to be ready. So we're going to see, but it looks like the vine may be dying out that it's attached to. So we'll have to see. Hopefully that one makes it. Several little ones. There's a beet left over from this spring. Beet right there, left over from the spring. And there's another one over there that have been producing greens. And then there's still carrots interspersed throughout here. If you look, there's still carrots down there that are producing. I've harvested several of those. I kind of interspersed them everywhere this year. The other cucumber plant was right here, and it's the one that spread up on the porch, went everywhere. It produced so many cucumbers I couldn't even keep up. Gave them away, learned how to make cucumber soup, all types of stuff. This is the mosquito plant. It's actually trimmed back. It's spread out a lot from what I got this year. Also known as a citronella, and it's done real well keeping, bugs away. That's what it does naturally, and in how it's bottled up later on too. In terms of bushes, the blackberry patch is just about doubled. You can see here there is quite a bit still, and it's really expanded. And if you come over here, you can see tons of berries. A fall crop of berries is all over the place here. Every couple of days, oops, I think I lost you there. Every couple of days, I'm harvesting half cup to a cup of berries. You can see over here, ones that are closer to being ripe. They're just tons. So this is the, I think, third crop. I had a late spring crop, I believe, this year, and then a summer crop, and then there's a whole nother crop that's come up this time. So that's done really well. The only other thing up here really that's left, because I've already harvested all the potatoes I had. One, it looks like, has come back up somehow and tried, but the whole potato patch has been taken out. Most of the onion patch has been taken out, trying to sow a few fall crops here, some turnips and things like that. Not all for the bulbs necessarily, but more to eat the greens and put those in salads and things. And over here, the strawberry patch is very much grown. I'd say it's probably added about another 2 feet, give or take, onto its length this year. Again, planted that about 3 years ago from a little tiny clump of plants, and just in this corner, and it's done really well spreading. So that is the garden update for the fall, and see you guys later.